Hey everybody, this has been a long awaited video for Joy. Joy, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
We tried to make like an Instagram one with a lot of Q&As that were asked a while ago, and it would have been too many videos. So we decided to make a YouTube channel and do it all in one video. So we're going to go through the questions that everyone asked, and they will be kept anonymous. There's nobody's names are going to be stated. But Joy, do you want to start off by saying anything?
I just want to thank you guys so much for 50,000 followers, and I'm so happy.
I'm uh, I think I'm overwhelmed too, as I am her mom. My name's Jolene, by the way. And I do admin the page for Joy. I should preface it by saying Joy actually does all the videos herself. The ideas are hers. The idea to do the Instagram page was hers. It's been really important for her to let other people know what it's like to be different. It's not very fun all the time, is it?
Mhm.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So as a parent, I was very apprehensive about, letting a 11-year-old at the time do these videos and talk about things. So we're very careful about responses and things like that for anyone who has had any questions or comments about that. But we're going to get into the Q&As that were asked over the stories. So the first question that we got, which was quite a few of them, when's your birthday?
August 10th.
And how old are you?
I am 12.
Nobody believes that she's 12. I can attest to you, she is 12. She is the youngest of my three kids. Um, oh, this is an interesting one. What age does your mom let you date?
Wow. There was a rule, but nobody very much followed it.
So we were supposed to have a rule of 16. Joy may or may not have had a boyfriend or two so far, but yeah, we just leave it at that because she's 12. So next question is, mm, oh, this is a sad one. I just realized everybody at my school has been bullying me for the past 5 years. I don't know what to do now. Do you have advice for them?
Maybe like if your so-called like friends, and if they seem to like joke about making fun of you, I would suggest finding new friends or probably tell your teacher an adult because that's not cool.
Yeah, it's not cool. You've dealt with stuff like that as well. It really can get to you after a while. So recommend talking to a counselor or a principal or your teacher. Make sure to tell your mom and dad too. Don't be afraid to talk to your parents about that stuff. How tall are you?
I'm three, 4.5.
Yeah, so she's 3 foot 4.5 inches. That's what. Even though we are Canadian, by the way, people were asking if we were American or European. We live in Canada, but we technically use the metric system, but we still often use inches and feet. So we just do that. So she's 3 foot 4.5 inches, which is actually tall for her type of dwarfism, which the short form is SED dwarfism. I can never pronounce the long form. It's spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia congenita. So there you go. That's the long form. What is your night routine? Night routine? What is that?
I do my morning routine on my stories,
Okay.
but I will probably do another one on the YouTube channel because it's just full and not too many stories.
Do you have a night routine?
I do.
She's got more routines than I have. I don't do any of these things. Oh, somebody's being funny here. Can we be friends? I'm your biggest fan. That's actually your
That's
big
my
sister.
sister.
Your big sister said that one. So we're calling out the big sister without names. Okay, so let's see. Going on to the next one. Can you do a cartwheel?
Kind
Can
of.
you?
Kind of. It's not like a good one, but I mean, it's it's a try.
So you can kind of do it?
Kind of,
Okay.
yeah. I can do a headstand.
Oh, another one. Who's your favorite sister? We only have one.
I'd say my dog. Dogs.
Oh, I'm sure your sister will love that. Okay. Oh, here's a funny one. Why are you so cute?
I don't know.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
genetics.
Oh, well, thanks. I'll take that then. Um, Okay, there's another one, birthday. We already talked about this one. So what's your favorite food?
Mangoes or pierogies.
Really?
Oh, or sticky rice. I really like sticky
Oh
rice.
yeah, you like coconuts, right? My favorite food is Thai food, so she comes along with me, and that's usually what she gets is the mango. No, sorry, the coconut sticky rice. Okay, here's another sad one. Do you feel sad or excluded because you're a dwarf? By the way, I love you. So let me just preface this one. We prefer to say because you have dwarfism. Yes, people say that, but Joy, you really don't like it when people say, oh, you're a dwarf. It's not a bad thing, it's just it's a personal preference for her. So how do you answer that? Do you feel sad or excluded because you have dwarfism?
Yeah, I feel excluded a lot because all my friends like don't have dwarfism. So then they kind of just run away, but they don't realize that they're kind of just leaving me behind. Or if they're like in a circle, I can't really like I have to look up and it's really hard because my neck hurts a lot.
So I guess to answer that, it's not because anyone necessarily intentionally excludes you or leaves you out, but sometimes it just happens based on size and proximity to where people are. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Do people make fun of your height? I get made fun of because I'm 12 and 5'7", and they said, "Love you so much."
Isn't 5'7" normal for a 12-year-old?
That's tall.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
taller than
say.
me. I'm for the record, I don't have dwarfism, but I am 5'3" and a bit. So I'm not very tall either. But her dad is 6'3", so he's actually really tall. Um, but yeah, that's 12 at 5'7" is it's pretty tall. So I guess maybe
Yeah.
being made fun of for being tall, and you get made fun of because you're small. You don't you don't get it as much as you used to, but it
No.
depends. With new kids, they'll do it, right?
No, not really.
No.
No. Well, I mean, kind of.
If you're
At
at the
home.
mall or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
you see
I
people.
think they were talking about like school.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, do you have a boyfriend?
I don't know.
So Joy doesn't want to answer that one. If you could choose how tall you were, how tall would you have chosen? I mean, you're not even a full grown adult yet, so like,
Probably a normal height for a 12-year-old.
right. So you just like to be the same size as your friends if you
Yeah.
could be. Okay. Going to the next page. Okay, well, this we just sort of answered this one. What's the height difference between you and your mom? So she's 3'4", I'm 5'3". So it's not a whole lot, but it's enough. Um, the same one. How tall are you? Yeah, there's so many questions. Last food you ate?
A cookie.
Oh, that wasn't a very healthy breakfast, was
But it's a chocolate chip cookie.
it? We have Cookie
Cookies.
Monsters in our house. Favorite school subject? You like school a lot, so can you pick like a certain subject?
Probably because I just started it. History. History is a lot of fun. Also geography.
I like geography when I was in school. I didn't like history though. So hopefully you'll like things like that. Um, these are a lot of the same ones. Okay, here's a question we haven't really talked about yet. Some people may have seen some videos on your channel. How many years have you been swimming? So you want to talk about swimming for a minute, just because we haven't talked about it before?
I've been doing swimming for 6 years.
It's about that, yeah.
Yeah, about 6 years.
What kind of swimming?
Artistic swimming, so synchronized swimming. And if you don't really know what that is, it's like dancing in the water and you kind of just like I don't know how to explain it, but you do a lot of moves in the water. But people say it's easy, but it's actually a lot harder than you think because you have to do like sculling, you have to hold your breath, and you have to like stay above the water. And there's certain rules that you have to follow. So
Yeah.
you can't touch the bottom or else you're disqualified.
Yeah, and she does competitive and is hoping to try out for national this year. So we'll see what happens. Okay, going on to the next one. Can you bring friends over?
Absolutely.
100%. Of course, during COVID, nobody could, but now that that's pretty much over, we're good. Does anyone say hurtful things at your school and does it bother you, you're awesome.
Yeah, it happens a lot because I think they go by David Martins. Actually, I don't know what they go by. But there's some people who don't like me, I would say.
I don't think it's that they don't like you. I think it's just it's a different population that had to do with religion that are in our school, and they don't really understand that she's different or something. So we have a few issues there. In the past, you've had issues with people, boys, girls, all ages, um, for whatever reason. But I mean, I think adults say the most hurtful things to you that we've encountered.
Yeah.
She's had, you've been at a park, you've been out front of our home, and people have yelled at her midget, and oh, look at you, you can't reach things, or you can't ride your bike. I think adults are worse than kids, to be honest, especially for staring and things like that. So, what grade are you in?
7.
You had to think about that.
Yeah, I
since you
thought
just
it was
started.
6 again.
Yeah, so she just started grade 7. Another food one we talked about your favorite food. What's your favorite TV show? Do you have one?
I really like Ginny and Georgia, but also I love Teen Titans. I've loved it since I was
Teen Titans Go.
yes, Teen Titans
Yeah.
Go. I've loved it since I was like 2.
Yeah, you've all watched it for
Yeah.
a long, long time. All of you and your siblings. And then they asked, what country, state do we live in? So we live in Canada. That's all we'll say. It's a pretty big country, but born and raised here, all of us. So thanks for asking that. Does having dwarfism affect your day-to-day life? Genuine question. Not trying to troll you. I would say, yeah, like it affects
Definitely.
everything, right? So maybe you can explain some of the ways that it does affect you, because videos sometimes show that, but they don't really show that. Like you struggle with things that would be easy for most people.
Yeah, it definitely affects it because like I can't reach stuff because it's not like down low for me. Um, so I have to have like a lot of stools, and there's like this big stool that I have to go on, but I have to move around as well. And
The pain.
the pain, yeah, and lots of slow walking because I can't walk as fast as it. But yes,
Yeah. So we could talk about the pain a little bit. People think that you're just little, that doesn't affect anything.
my
But
bone.
so SED is basically like the ends of the bones don't form or grow properly, and then it's short torso dwarfism, so the torso being her midsection. So her arms and legs look longer, but they're actually like regular size, average size. We don't like to use the term normal. And it causes a lot of like chronic pain, and you're tired and things like that most of the time, right? Okay. Another, you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
It's very nice. Everyone's pretty kind for the most part. We've had a few not nice things, but for the most part, thank you all for being kind and supportive. The internet is a big, scary place sometimes. Oh yeah, this is the same. Oh, second here. Oh, how did you get into synchro? You want to talk about that? No names though.
My best friend, she asked me to join, and then kind of just started from there. Kind of just went, kept going.
Yeah. And I think the other important thing is that doing regular sports like hockey or soccer or baseball and things like that, while they are possible for you, they're dangerous because she had some issues with her neck and the bottom of the base of her skull. So if she were to get hit or fall and hit her head, or like gymnastics like tumbling, it is advised against by her doctors because it could be pretty life altering for Joy. So swimming seemed to be the safest and the least scariest, and it's probably been the easiest on your bones, and I think that's what's kept you from needing to use a wheelchair really for long term. Um, how does it feel to be the prettiest person ever?
I wouldn't say I'm the prettiest person ever, but thank you.
Do you feel weird when people tell you, why are you so short?
Yeah, it feels really weird because, like, obviously I'm so short, but you don't have to be like, why are you so short? You can just say, like, actually, I don't know.
I think it's more like, oh my God, you're so short. Like you didn't already know.
Like, it depends on the tone.
Yeah, I guess so. It depends on the situation. Favorite songs? You have lost.
I have so many. I'll say my favorite artist because I can't choose from the song. There's so many. Olivia Rodrigo, definitely number one. Taylor Swift. Uh,
Who's that guy that sounds like he's from the 50s that you like?
that's only one song.
I know, but what's his name? I never remember. So those are your top favorite ones then. Okay. So will you ever get a job?
Yeah.
100%. I think um just because you have a disability or you have dwarfism or something like that doesn't mean that you can't get a job. There might be jobs you can't do
Yeah. Like
because you need
babysitting.
older maybe, but like for right now it might be more difficult. Um okay, this one says to both you and your mom, if there's hate, how do you deal with it? I think I'll answer that one first. So it's not easy. I think we didn't have issues for the longest time until you were a bit older, and then there was some incessant bullying and people making Joy feel excluded and left out for a long time. So we had a lot of discussions at home about being positive and how being different is not easy, but it's not the end of the world either. And so I think one of the ways we've dealt with that is Joy creating this channel and actually educating people and having people understand what it's like to be different and those emotions. And her humor, I think, would be some of the ways that you deal with it, right? Do you want to add anything to that?
No, we basically said, oh,
Yeah, I think um, trying to talk about it as much as possible in a positive manner is the best way to deal with hate. Um, Being angry and upset doesn't really solve anything. So we try and make sure everything stays pretty positive and not negative at all. Next question. Favorite part of posting videos?
the support from all of you.
I think my favorite part of you posting videos
Hmm.
is how crazy the ideas are sometimes. And I had no idea you could edit videos like that. So that's my favorite part. Um, Daily life struggles you have having dwarfism. Well, we kind of talked about that a little bit,
Yeah,
but do you think there's one thing that sort of stands out more?
the probably how I walk, honestly.
Walking and going places.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in one video, you have your electric scooter. So she has a kid's electric scooter that she uses instead of like a wheelchair for long distances. But a lot of people then think that it's a toy, but she actually uses it as like an assistive device. So that's probably one of your biggest struggles.
Yeah.
Short distance.
Especially when people ask to ride it, because some people stepped on my brake
Mhm.
and I almost went flying forward. So that was interesting.
Yeah. Not a good thing. I mean, if you would never go up to someone with their wheelchair and like try and push the buttons and make them go faster. So, we got to remember to respect people's tools, and hopefully they'll come out with more options for assistive devices instead of just a wheelchair or just an electric scooter. Would love to see more options out there. Next question: have you fixed your scoliosis?
No,
No.
it's
Uh,
gotten worse.
Well, I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah.
So her scoliosis has developed over the last 3 years, I guess it is.
From
Maybe,
COVID.
well, not from COVID, during COVID. I think from sitting for long periods of time, not being able to do her swimming and things like that. They really want her to finish growing as much as possible. before they go in and do any type of fusion or surgeries, because that means she won't grow anymore. So we really hope that Joy will hit 4 feet. As of right now, that's about what the doctors think, that she'll be 4 feet tall, full grown. So we'd like to hit that first, because if you do the surgery before that, she'll stay this size forever, which is fine, but you prefer if you could try and get as tall as you can. At what age did your mom notice your dwarfism? So that's a really great question. When I was pregnant with Joy, at our 21-week ultrasound, which is sort of like your first major one, they noticed that her long bones were short. And that's the top of your arms and the tops of your legs. And so they sent me to a bigger hospital to have more in-depth scans and ultrasounds. And that's when they pinpointed that maybe something was wrong. But we had multiple diagnoses during being pregnant. And then it wasn't until she was born that they thought it was something else again. They thought it was a different type of dwarfism. Something that people often say when they see Joy is like, oh, you don't have dwarfism, because they think of achondroplasia dwarfism, which, if you recall, like Peter Dinklage, he's really well known for being an actor with dwarfism. Joy doesn't have the same type of features. She doesn't have the short arms. So there's actually over 400 types of dwarfism. So even the doctors were sort of stumped when she was born, and she didn't get diagnosed until she was 2.5 years old. So to answer your question in the long form, we knew something, but we didn't know exactly what until she was 2.5. And that's when we finally got the SED diagnosis. And that was through blood work and genetics and gene scanning, which is pretty cool stuff. Some of these are the same. Okay, there's another, back to the, what made you start the account? Let's hear it from you. Why did you want to start the account?
To give more information off of dwarfism, well, the dwarfism that I have, because as she said, that people really only recognize achondroplasia as a type of dwarfism, and I really wanted to create smiles on people's faces, but also get people to understand what type of dwarfism people have.
Oh, there's one of our dogs.
Um,
So, I mean, I think it's great that you made it, but like, again, we said the internet can be a very crazy place. We started out on TikTok. It was my account, but apparently people didn't think she should be there, so we got banned pretty quickly and tried to get the account back. So we moved over to Instagram. For those of you asking, oh girl, you're too young to be on here. Technically, yes, but I am the admin, and we make sure everything is safe. And we actually approve every comment. I don't love doing that, but some of you guys are not so nice and kind of rude. So don't appreciate those. And I don't think it's good for Joy's mental health. So she actually doesn't get to see most of the comments until they are approved. Some of them slip through. But yeah, that's essentially what made Joy want to start the account. It wasn't me telling you to start it, is you. And to be honest, I think her confidence level has improved and her happiness has improved. But we want to keep it like grounded, right? We want to keep you grounded. We don't want it to go to our head. Somebody just made a comment. I love your vids and they make me smile.
Thank you.
That's lovely. Yeah. We said favorite songs, those ones. So someone asked, can you explain what living with your condition is like? So we kind of talked about that, but is there anything else you want to add on it?
No, not really. It's just, it can be very hard sometimes. I might make another video like this.
Yeah. I think, what would you want people to know though? Like, I mean, you make all these videos and we post stuff, but what do you really want people to know what it's like to be different? Like, what's your biggest thing that bugs you?
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I think, what about like, why does it matter at the end of the day? Why does anyone actually care? Why can anyone just ignore it? I mean, yeah, she's different. Yeah, her bones grow awkward. Yeah, all of those things are there. It doesn't make you any less of a person or not as smart as the next person, or not as nice as the next person, or any of those things. For some reason, I think society is just still labeled disability as something that has to be like focused on all the time, and I don't know why. I mean, I have a disability myself. I wasn't diagnosed. I think it's 6 years. You can't see mine most of the time, but I don't understand why life has to be different for people with disabilities, but unfortunately it is. And so that's why we talk about things very openly in our house. And Joy's pretty much a great self advocate on that. Oh, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
But we have cats too.
Yeah,
Nobody's
we have
seen
cats
them.
too. But well, we can't really bring the cats up because one of our dogs are vicious.
Well, we don't know. Our cats are what, 16, and our dogs are 11 and 3. But the 3-year-old dog, which you've all seen on Instagram at some point, probably,
Well,
yeah, Rogue, she seems to want to eat the cat. So I would say we are a dog family, but we love cats.
yeah, I love my cats.
Yeah. Someone asked if you were born with the condition. Well,
Yeah.
we did just answer that, but yes, you are born with dwarfism. It's you can find out later and not know when you're born, but you are born with it. It's not something that happens just later randomly. I think I've copied and pasted some of these things twice. Sorry. Age of both. I don't need to tell my age.
She's 100.
I'm not telling my age. Let's see here. Oh, I think we're copy and pasting a lot of the same ones. Any other major struggles like bullying, can't reach things? Is there some things that drive you crazy the most?
Bonkers, yes. Not be able to reach things because when I'm over at my friend's house, most of them have stools for me, but some of them, like new friends, don't. So it's really hard because then they have to like drag a chair over somewhere, or then I just have to like stand and not see anything or just stare at the counter. Because it's hard because I kind of just don't like not be able to reach or see things properly. I don't know.
Because most places are not small.
Yeah.
But we also haven't changed our house to accommodate you either.
My
Right.
house is gonna be
Yeah. And the only reason I say we didn't do that is it's very expensive to renovate things. Are you worried about your hair all the time still?
yeah.
Yeah, your hair's good. You don't need to worry about it anymore. This girl. Oh my goodness. We have stools, and when she was younger, we had faucet extensions and we had light switch extensions and we had bigger stools. But I think that was about it.
Yeah.
But it would be cool if counters were her height, because you cannot reach the microwave. And
No.
even if you tried,
And-
it would be dangerous because it's above the stove.
Even though I climb on the counter.
Well, yes, we don't want you climbing on the counter, but she does do that. We don't advocate for that. I got a lot of the same one. Do your parents have dwarfism? So earlier on in the video, I addressed that. I do not have it. I actually was tested for it because I'm short. Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, they tested me for it just to make sure. I'm 5'3.5", or I was. I think I've shrunk a bit with age. And then her dad is 6'3", and her siblings are all average size for their age for the most part. So no, it was spontaneous. Most cases of dwarfism, any type of dwarfism, are spontaneous. What's so funny?
You had to get tested for dwarfism.
Well, yeah, 'cause
And I didn't know that.
well, that was a few years ago. So I
It
mean,
was when I was alive.
yeah, before COVID, to make sure that it didn't come from me.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Probably because you were like 3, 2.
Before COVID,
Yeah, it was before COVID.
I wasn't 3 or 2.
No, I'm saying it was when you were
Like,
that age.
when-
Oh, never mind. Don't worry about it. There's so many questions. What do you do to help your neck and back pain? Because you commented that
Tylenol.
quite a few. Yeah, Tylenol. We try not to take that too much. Ice
Lay
packs.
down. Lay down.
Lay down a lot. heating pads, we have lots of those. I hate laying down and
Stretching.
stretching, yeah, and swimming helps a ton, right?
Also physio.
Yes, and we do physio either once a month or once every 2 months to help keep her strong. Oh, another, you're so pretty. It's not a question, but yeah, that's what they said.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, guys, don't let this go to her head. No, don't shush me, don't shush me. Okay, what's one thing in life you want to accomplish?
I really want to hit 100,000, but I'm not like
Okay, let's talk about
Okay.
other than on Instagram.
Okay.
What would you like to accomplish? Something pretty
I want
important.
to be a doctor to help people like me who have like SCDC. Is that what it's called? I don't know.
SCD, SCDC, whichever.
So then I didn't really get, did I get the things I needed when I was younger as much as I should?
I mean, the medical system in Canada is complicated, so in the US, I mean, it's the same, I think, everywhere. We had to wait a long time. You didn't present typically like in textbooks. I mean, most people with her type of dwarfism have other symptoms or characteristics that Joy doesn't have, so it was very hard for them to figure out what kind of dwarfism it was. But yeah, I think, being a doctor is pretty cool. Your biggest video, I'm sure you guys have seen this one, when I grow up. I didn't grow. She has a video about wanting to be a doctor. People think she's already like full grown, but
No.
she's not. She's just being funny, very dark humor. But she has mentioned since you were pretty young that you'd like to be a doctor and help other kids.
Or I want to be a therapist, so then like I can help children because I have children.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be cool. I think she can do anything she wants, really, as long as she puts her mind to it. We don't have any expectations. We just want her to find something that she is happy and passionate about. That's what we tell all of our kids. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Yeah, I would. Purple, 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 purple. Okay, here's a different one. Are you ashamed of your dwarfism?
Absolutely not.
No?
I used to be, but the confidence I've gained from Instagram, it's like skyrocketing. So, no, I'm not.
I think that answers the question there. Oh, somebody wants to know, what's your favorite camp experience? I know who this is. We're not going to shout you out, but you know who you are. Joy goes to a really cool summer camp. It's for kids with disabilities, specifically with dwarfism. We won't name any names. But can you tell this person who's asking what your favorite camp experience is?
Of course, always.
What?
Definitely the people, especially the counselors. I love the counselors. I really like this one, like a lot. And I love just seeing people like with dwarfism and learning about their experiences that I might have not gone through yet. So then I can or if somebody's gone through an experience or is going through that I went through, and I can help them. And I really like arts and crafts.
Any of the sports?
Canoeing. I love canoeing.
Did you really?
And kayaking.
Canoeing scares me. I don't know why. But it's too tippy for me. I'm terrified.
Wait, I went on a paddleboard. I forgot to tell you that.
Oh, all these fun experiences that she gets to do that I don't. So yeah, I think that's the end of the questions that came in, but we've seen other questions like, do you have siblings? Do you want to answer that one again?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I have 4, 6.
No, you don't.
Poppy.
Okay,
Bo,
okay, let's talk
cats.
about your human siblings.
I have 2. I have one 22-year-old sibling.
Yes.
And then one
14.
14-year-old sibling.
So that's her brother, and she has an older sister.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. We're not naming your names. Is there any other things you want to add or anything like that, or is this the end of our video? It's our first video.
I think that's it.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll have another one up for you. If you guys have suggestions for topics or anything like that, please, you can, I don't know if it's gonna let us leave in the comments because you're young in the video. So if you can't leave a comment on our video, subscribe to our channel though, share it for us. And yeah, keep following us on Instagram. Thanks so much. Thanks guys, see ya.
Bye.